All right, hello everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. We're continuing work on the magic mod. There's always something with the magic mod, always something. Fritz coming at the tier 1 sub, thank you. Hello Vice, it's been a bit. Yeah. Thanks for the sub, I appreciate it, Fritz. Daz, hello. My night, yeah, long time no see. Apologize for spamming the mob channel with TT RPG Dev Talk. Oh, dude, it's fine. It's all good. Well, we got a lot of people in here. Crickloper, hey, what are you working on right now? I am waiting on feedback from the elementals. Made some changes to their frequency, how they attack, damage numbers. So what we are working on now is you see that icon right at the bottom there, that spell icon. We are working on, actually I already did some of the work here, so that spell icon is available for the wands now. I dislike that text pops up, but it kind of has to. We're just working on the new cast bar here. That's what we're working on. And whatever random things that, you know, that come up. And really, this is just to, like, kill time. I just pushed out beta 16, I don't know, what, 20 minutes ago? So, we'll see, we'll see. Made some changes here. For instance, the ice, the frost elementals, their crystals are no longer, like, neon green. I totally miss that. So they're blue crystals now. You know, little last minute things before I throw this mod into the wild. All right. I guess let's go with the spell, the cast bar here. Let's go with this. Oh, I fixed a long time bug. If you look at that, it used to crash when when you'd like minimize and change things. So that's good. Everything scales correctly. I feel like I want the cast bar there to be a little bit lower. Just by a little bit. That's so much better. Yeah! Rustbound new version releasing, and tomorrow is a new Alliance Space Guard build. Life's good. You know what I just realized? I realized that Space Engineers 2 is out, and that's something that I could also play. So I was kind of excited about that when I realized it this morning. All right, so I want that cast bar to sit a little lower. It's like hugging the icon. That or the icon needs to move up a little bit. Now, let's make it dark out. There we go. That is a little easier to see, I guess. It's a little too dark now. Let's get a lantern. We need just like the right level of dark. There we go. Now I can see things, but I can just look up to kind of see that. All right, so let's lower that. Why not? Let's do it. Crusader of Thonka, what's the icon for? That's the spell icon. So when you select a spell, or when you have a particular wand, each wand has a built-in spell. That's the icon for, this is lesser plundering, is what the wand is we have right now. Yeah, it's not in the state I'm interested in, into that survival element, but exciting nonetheless. All right. Full large small grid integration. Right? Oh, something else too with the spawning. The ring there, it glows in the dark like everything else. It used to not do that. Look at all this magic stuff I got going on. Wacky thing, I got Space Engineers right fresh into EA. Were there only like a dozen or so blocks and no survival mode? Oh wow. You went in. That's like me saying, yeah, when I was in Minecraft, when I started, they just brought in beds. Was night sky always this beautiful in the game? No, it wasn't. It used to be like red tinted. Oh, you're talking about, yeah, I think it's always been like this, but I like that it's not like red shifted anymore. It's like blue now, which I think is better. All right, let's do the cast bar here. You know, I'll make it daytime. There we go. Oh, I reactivated this. Rust sickness. My God. There we go. All right, I want that to sit lower, or I want the icon to go higher. So we're at the cast bar here. Maybe I could just make the icon a little higher. We'll try that first. So for the bounds here, let's do +8. There we go. Bam. I felt like the bar was too close. Know what I mean? It was too close. Can't wait to worry my friends in MP with strange lights shining from the tower window, right? Yes, was it a bug, right? Those super reddish nights? No, I don't think it was a bug. I think it was just how the game's theme was, and they changed it, which is awesome. Like, me personally, I don't like kind of Mad Max, you know, everything's destroyed, everything's ruined, red tint, you know what I mean? Like, I like to see some new things too. Hey, what's going on, guys, with all the torches? I see, then I would suggest moving everything just a little bit closer down to the temporal wheel. I'm not a dev, but I think UI is better and simpler and more contained, especially in the game. You know, it was a little further down, but I got rid of it. I didn't have it that much further down, because when you scroll, you see like the name at the bottom there. The cast bar was actually in that name, so I just bumped it up, Crusader. Based on feedback. So, yeah, fun. I think for now, it is what it is. I like being able to sprint and jump with the spell casting now. I think that's awesome. I think being able to like hold your spell and then shoot when you want is so much better. So much better. Hey, Oder, how's it going? That makes sense. Looks great though. Yeah. Yeah, but the funny thing is though, it's like when you pop up, you know, when you put like one of these in your hand, right? All the extra information that comes up, like cast primary spell, cast transmutation, right? Opens the memorized spell list. I feel like they get in the way. I think I may actually, do we think that's even needed? Like, do you need me to tell you when you put this in your hand that, you know, to open the menu, you have to control click? Or should I just hide it? It's a good question, huh? Should I just hide it? Let's see what it looks like if I hide all that information. Maybe I can put it in the tooltip of the wand itself. And I could just say, like, you know, hold control to, you know, to cast transmutation. Like, I can move it to there. Maybe you could only have it on the first wand staff. You can't do that, Crusader. It's like a blanket statement for the item. Every time you put the item in your hand, it's information that pops up regardless of anything. There's little you can do with items when you're saving information. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a block or block entity or an entity or anything else that has more like hook-ins. You know what I mean? Almost like a tutorial thing. I know I'm gonna forget. Yeah, that's the thing though, right? How do you this is how it would turn out. Ignore the spell, right? You have this wand. You now see the icon of the spell. You know this is a wand of lesser plundering, right? So when you're casting the spell, right, you're like, oh yeah, this is this spell, right? Looks different than transmutation, which is embedded in every spell or every wand, right? Oh, and look, it does not change the icon with transmutation. Let's change that right now. let me get rid of this, and I'll say if player dot controls dot... Crap, did I do the control key? Maybe, maybe I gotta rethink this a little bit. Here, we'll paste this in. We're gonna put in straight transmutation here. So e spell names dot transmutation to string. All right, let's try this. So the modifier should change, and it doesn't. Doesn't change the icon there. So if it's a wand and... You know what we're going to do? We're going to save, and we're going to reload. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, make it toggleable in the settings. I'm not going to embed things in the settings. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it would be at best it would be a config option, but it's not worth making a config option for this, right? Like, if you really want to look up the information, you've never used the wand before. But let me look at the sword. Yeah, let me take a look at a sword. So it has something to place on the ground. Like, do you necessarily need something that says right-click to attack? You know what I mean? And then, or left-click to attack, right? And then right-click to maybe block. I don't know what that is. Use. It's just, you know, I'm running into a problem here where it's like, oh, snap. I have it mapped to the wrong key. So the icon does change now. Weird, I'm pressing shift. But I clearly state the control key. Why is this game fighting me every step of the way? Maybe the same as the sprint key. Guess what? Wrong. Jeez, man. All right, so... All right, let's go back to... Let's go back to the wand. Maybe I have a set differently at the wand. Where is it? Item... Wand. There we go. I mean, progression-wise for the first Wander Staff... Well, Crusader, how would you, like, how would that information be presented to you on first, like, wand or staff? That's what I'm wondering. Like, where should that stuff go? The casting circle rotates with you. It does rotate with you. Okay. So there was a choice to be made here. Either you cast the spell and the particles in your hand follow your hand, right? So let me put on a big buff here. Let me take this out of my hand. So, oh, insufficient mana. Awesome. Hold on. So I had a choice to make. Boop. Let's get rid of that. So you could either have the particles shoot out of your hand. I can't really see it here. You see those particles there that are like following you? In third person, those would be coming out of my hand, right? There we go. That's what I'm referring to. So as you turn, those follow you. Or it statically sets, right? You see the problem is, like, when you're turning, yeah, your ring will also turn because the whole thing has to track your hand particles, right? So as either the particles disappeared, which I like the idea of, like, you're channeling the spell in your hand, right? So either they disappear and then the ring rotates at a steady pace regardless of your orientation, or the ring will rotate with you as you're looking around, but those particles will map to your yawl as well and come out of your hand. I chose to have those particles come out of your hand. That was my choice. And you know what? Yeah, if you go like this and like whip it around, yeah, looks a little weird. But I think the hand particles were the better choice. That was my personal choice. Oh yeah, in that case, I agree. The hand particles should be in your hand. Yeah, yeah, and other people too. Like when you're see like the particles as I'm spinning, it's following my hand. That's what was on the line. All right, let's take a look at the wand. Let's take a look here. What is the modifier that I have? Sneak. Okay, so instead of control key, we'll do sneak. Does that mean my tooltip is wrong? I think the tooltip said control. Here you go. Held item info. No, it was set to sneak. All right, so there we go. And that would be transmutation. All right. So it looks like that's pretty good. So that's transmutation. That would be whatever the built-in spell for your wand would be. These particles in the circle look really good really good, by the way. Very nice job on those. Thank you. All this stuff is a labor of love, but I really like the new version of this mod. It's so much better. So much better. So let's see what happens if I just choose to get rid of those points. Right? So when it goes in your hand, all you see is Bone Wand of Lesser Plundering. Right? So you can start casting right away and it's not going to be a big deal. Let's make this full screen. There we go. Right? There we go. So it pops up. You can start casting. See, everything's spaced out pretty well there. But it's when you got the other tooltips, right? See, cast selected spell. That should be like I don't think the wand and the staff are that hard to figure out. You know what I mean? To each time you put one in your hand to have it spam that information. You know, just like you put it in your hand, I could put something in here when you hover over. I have all the spell information in there anyways. I could just put another thing in there that says like, you know, hold sneak to cast transmutation, right? You know, or spell, right? I could do spell lesser plunder, and then I can have, you know, like the transmutation spell kind of be underneath it, or maybe on top, like, you know, hold shift. Like I think there are other ways to present that this wand works a certain way, and all wands work the same way, right? So it's like you learn it once, and it's in the guidebook. Oh. All right. What do we got here? What happened? All right, so it was something in here. So if player right hand is not empty, okay. So this slot is not empty. So it happened when I had another item in my hand. Right hand. Let's see if we can continue past this. Nope. It's big enough to not be able to pass. Compose GUI selected icon. There's I probably did something wrong. Let me actually read what I put here. Let me read this. So player main hand item is not empty, right? As we were coming off of the basic wand. This player right hand item slot, item stack, collectible, which is fine. Last code part. .png. You know what? Maybe there's a problem with that. Let me build and fire this up again, and we'll see if we can duplicate that. Ah, there was something to build. Could have had something mashed in there. Go back into the test world. Let's open up the soda too. I need something to drink. Yum yum yum. Any feedback yet? Nope. I got 2 icons there. Yeah. 2 little emojis. I got 3 screenshots for the ModDB page now. Updated screenshots. Moving up in the world. Moving on up. I gotta type all that stuff out too. I'm hoping the elementals, like the changes that I just made, feel good so I can get this out. I just want the mod to release at this point. I've been working on it for so long. I just want it to release. Oh, hey, here we go. We got it. Okay, so it's saying item stack, item slot, item stack, get returned null. So let me see where in here. Item stack null. I'm gonna break this up a little bit. I never liked doing the if statements like this. So we're gonna break it up just a little bit. Unless maybe what I could do is say so I'm doing a check already here to see if the right-hand item slot is empty. So what I will do is say if item stack. Here, let's put this in an if statement. We'll make this a return. And we'll say, if this item stack equals null, go ahead and return it. And I believe, yeah, just return would work. Let's give that a try. Vexus! Hello. You know, I had a dream a couple nights ago, Vexus, where I released that Wyvern mod. And as I was doing it, I'm like, but it's not done yet. It only has melee attack. Alright, let's pop this up. Hope they update brick layers and fantasy creatures soon. Oh, speaking of fantasy creatures, I got to Kiptrix. I gotta reach out to him. Yeah, I hope Fantasy Creatures gets released soon. Okay, so it looks like that did the job. All right, we can go all around here, looking mighty fine. Now, if I begin casting and move off there, it disappears, which is good. If I release shift, it breaks spell concentration as well. If I shift here, that breaks it. Good. Looking good. I can kind of spam it. It freaks out the bottom ring if you like spam it, but that's looking good. All right. Nice. But that's not what I wanted to do, right? The whole thing was getting rid of the extra text. Honestly, I think that looks so much better. Right? Look at it. It's perfect. It's perfect. Then we need to give it a fire breath. Yeah. Give it a little fire breath attack. You look mighty fine, Wiggles eyebrow. Yeah, I'm actually not bundled up today, but I do have this on, so it was a little colder in the office today, in my gaming office. What do you think about making the transmutation or projectile smaller? It was smaller. I was some feedback was to make it bigger, so you can actually see where it goes. So if you look at it in comparison to a block, oh, you can move and cast transmutation now. But look, it's it's half a block in size. So right there. Yeah, well, we'll do it again. Yeah, see, initially it looks big because it spawns like right in your face, but it's only half a block in size. I just got back from Utah. That was pretty cold. Man, for a little bit here, it was like blisteringly cold. My night. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to tell you, mate, I got a girlfriend again now. I'm very happy with her. Well, congratulations. Hope it works out. That's awesome. For those lonely games, you got your +1, man. You roll a tank, she can roll a healer. Or she could tank and you can heal. It's perfect. Yeah, it was actually look big because it spawns in your face. Yeah, yeah. That's how all the projectiles are. And it's because, you know, it's just your eye height, right? Like as you're casting your spell. Here, I will see if I can do it this way. There we go. See, like that's really what it looks like. But it comes because you hit your wand. I have it to where it like originates from your wand and like shoots out. Look at that. Look at that mage. Oh, awesome, awesome too. How intricate my armor is. That was fixed. The whole like having it like stutter when you pick up items, so I can have complex armors. I do want to make a necro set, but just haven't gotten around to it. I hear you're a tanking sort of guy, if you know what I mean. Nudge nudge, hint hint. See, that sounds more like a pickup line. That man has a significant other right there. There we go. All right, I do like the lack of information there. I mean, do you really need it, right? Because I tell you in the guidebook, right? I tell you here. Oh, another thing with the guidebook, everyone, right? So, you know, you open up your guidebook and you want to go to world magic and you scroll over a bunch of pages. Ah, ritual of pyrolysis, right? Yeah, that's how you do it. Okay. You know, let me look over here. Yeah, right. That's how I make it with napping. Close out everything. Oh, I forgot. What do? Open up your book. Bam! It remembers right where you were. Boom! You're welcome. No more clicking on the new tab and going 17 pages deep. Now, it also remembers too, if you just click that to shut it off, it remembers that, right? So, pretty good. If you go into discoveries, which you will also see that there are now new ancient monoliths. You can repair these so other people can meditate and they won't disappear. So, more things to build with. Little things here and there. Oh, and the one of the big things too. I'm surprised that it's as big as it was. You know, let's go ahead and pull out some magic chalk here. And here, let's draw with this rune. All right. Well, which room? This one. No! Now it won't work! Oh, wait. Do I have to hold shift? Oh, it's not working anymore! Will it work here? Whoops. It's not working! Well, easy come, easy go. You used to be able to draw runes on things. Not anymore. I have some runes over here. Is it? Oh, I think it's certain blocks, right? Is a certain block? Yeah, it must be. Those aren't stone over there, huh? Are these not stone blocks? I mean, it's mud brick, but is it classified as stone? Or is it like clay? Yeah, because you can't draw on these at all. I could draw the rune on the top, right? Like what you would use to do stuff. Yeah, you can't do anything there. Let's take a look at stone. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you can't do it with mud brick. There you go. So yeah, you can draw with runes on walls. And if you want the pretty color here, the temporal color, you know. Oh, you can't do it on dirt either. Makes sense. Because it's mud. It's mud brick. I want to play. Oh, I'm missing some chat here. Hold on. So cool. All right. Well, she is my ex. She broke up because she wasn't ready for a relationship. Then we were just friends. She blocked me then because she wanted to forget me. Unblocked me again. We wrote again for some time. Then blocked me again because she wanted to forget about me. Now unblocked me again. She texts me these long texts that you don't really want to read. Man, sounds like a back and forth. I was gonna say, is that your current girlfriend? Playing hard to get. Boop. There we go. Beautiful. My graffitied wall. This was part of the backdrop that I built for one of the screenshots, minus that and that and that and that and that and that little thing there. Make them rusty bones on the necro armor. I don't know. I mean, I'll probably do regular bones, and then maybe I could swap out the texture. Make it look like make a decrepit set too. We wrote each other a few times. Meet up after 3 weeks of writing and then back together. The love is real. Hopefully it sticks this time. I'm rooting for you. One question I'm new. Does this mod have necromancy? Or is there a mod with necromancy? I don't think there's a mod with necromancy. This one, I mean, you can kind of role play as a necromancer if you want. I have like the scythe staff, like the reaper staff. There is a couple spells that have to do with corpses. One's a summon corpse. You can corpse swap. You can revive. I guess that's part of the corpse stuff, and then corpse explosion. But no, this does not have like necromancy. Like you could summon a skeletal minion, and you have drain life, and you could feign death, and you know what I mean. Like that's what I would think for like a necromancer. Yeah, I think the info should be removed. Although on the other hand, it should handle these kind of pop-up text just like other items in the game to make it sort of uniform. Yeah, sounds like quite a bit of a mess. Jesus Christ, mate. Is the portal effect kind of lagging behind when you move around? Yep, because that's how this system works. It used to be a lot worse. It used to stutter, but with 1.20, it does it with rifts too. It's just how this game does the shaders. Another interesting thing is you can actually see some of the shader effects through solid blocks, which you can also do with rifts as well. Part of the game, nothing I can do. Well, the scythes look badass. Yeah. And another staff coming your way. Oh, I can't wait to put it in. If it's quick, I could put it in before the release. Probably hold, because she cried pretty much every day on her mom's arm and was like, "Mom, it was a mistake. I miss him." Well, I hope you guys work out. I do my night. Sounds like crazy back and forth, though. I'll just say that. It sounds like crazy. That reminds me of like so in like high school, right? There was this girl that apparently liked me. I didn't know, you know. I just didn't know. She ended up dating my friend, and it was a really sloppy breakup, right? But apparently she told me, like, she's like, well, I dated your friend to get closer to you because I really like you. And I'm just looking at her and she's like confessing herself to me. And I'm like, I just watched you break my best friend's heart in like the most brutal public way. Like, you humiliated this man. Why would you think I would ever date you in a million years? You must be fucking crazy. Like, no, thank you. I'm cool. Gotta know when to cut, man. Gotta know when to cut. Bro, the ads play now. I didn't do it. All right. I remember in Arcanum, healing and rezzing is just white necromancy. Yeah, see? That's basically it. You got it. Let's remove the text from these. I want to see what it's like to remove the text. Because you don't have to be reminded every time, right? Like, it takes the one time for you to read, like, oh, how do I do transmute, right? Oh, yeah, okay, that's how, right? It's not, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Let's go into, I don't know. See, this is the problem, right? Do I make a uniform or, because it gets in the way of the cast bar. I dislike that. I do not like that. Since someone mentioned necromancy, do you have distant plans for necromancy? Maybe even demonology specialization for mages? Nope. I do not. I do and I don't. Like, I like those kind of classes in games, and I could accomplish something like that. I could even potentially put in a system to where, like, you could, like, equip your minions as well. Like, anything like that is possible. The thing is, I am not going to put in a spell or system that makes all the work that I did in the almost 200 spells in this mod second class. You could summon a minion and send it into the depths and have it massacre everything until you could summon a new one when it dies and send that one in to massacre everything. And you could summon a new one and then that can just save you from everything. And you could, no, I don't want to put something in that trivializes, you know, the survival aspect, which is my favorite part of the game. It's a very tough thing to balance. Very tough. So I don't know how to do it. So I'm not gonna say no outright. It's probably not gonna be demonology. I'm terrible at making models. I don't know if I could make a demon look good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I don't think that's in the cards right now. I'll just say that. I have ideas, but I don't know. Slowly raise it. Vexus could make anything, I know. But I don't know how to implement a system like that. I remember Lycanite's mobs, right? They had the summoning staff. I don't know if anyone remembers that from Minecraft. And you could, like, you had a point system, which I thought was cool, and then you could summon the NPCs, right? But once you got a posse of like 2 or 3 of the fire elementals, I mean, you didn't need like Tinker's Construct or anything, because or you didn't need Ars Magica, or you didn't need anything like that, because your minions would just raid whatever attacked you and massacre every single thing in front of you. Right? I just, it was a cool idea and a cool system. Not sure how you balance it in a game like this. You know, where I could build a ledge and then sit there and drink some Riftbloom tea, right, to regain mana, and then keep summoning these minions and sending them to their doom till everything is cratered. And then with spells like Summon or Corpse Explosion, you could literally send a minion in, have it die, and then sit like 40 blocks away, and then cast Corpse Explosion on that guy, on your minion, and blow his ass up to do massive damage to everyone. You know what I mean? Like, why would you ever cast Fireball at that point, right? Why would you ever use a sword? You don't need a sword. just grab that spell, right? You don't even need wands. Just grab the spell scrolls. So I don't know. Like I said, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we're talking about golems and stuff. Yeah. Like I said, we will see. I don't know. I don't know yet. I could probably be convinced into it. You know what? I would be more on board with looking into a system like that if I got decent feedback from the beta, right? Where it's like, oh, Vice, you know what? It's feeling solid now. Like the elementals are feeling good, right? Spawn rates are good. So I don't have anything else on my mind. And then I can think, what about a minion kind of system, right? What about the Thaumcraft golems, right? Having it to where this thing could maybe do some farming for you, or I would be more into that. So I'm trying to keep myself focused without feature creep. Because if I start working on that system, it's going to push the release that much further back. What am I doing? In the staff... And we need to come down to where? Right here, right? Yep, right here. So do you really need me to say, like, to cast the spell? Let's see. Could just leave the secondary information, but it's still, see, it's still in the way of the cast bar. Let's just see what it looks like if I clean it up. Look at that. Bam, bone wand, bam. Right? Fireball, bam. I can start running and jumping, doing whatever. Getting ready to fight something. There it is. Boom. Hit it. As in golems moving stuff, chest A to chest B. Another from B to C. Yeah. But all that stuff, I mean, it's going to take significant work to make a system like that. Right? So, and that's what I have to do. I have to stop and think, like, do I have time to upkeep a system like that? Is that part of this mod, or is that another mod in itself? Right? Like, this mod's supposed to be, you know, you cast spell, you release spell, you know, some magic. Like, you could stretch it as far as you want with magic. Anything could be magic. I can make a different version of that. Oh shit. I didn't mean to hit that bear. I mean, I can make another version of this and make it, you know, purple and red striped, right? And I could be like, dudes, it's a magic flower. You know, like it's easy. It's easy to do that. So I gotta scrutinize a little bit. Since there's so many spells, based on which part of all majory you specialize in, or could you restrict some spells and restrict others? For necromancy and demonology, feel like you wouldn't have many attacks, spells, rather spells you would use to keep the summoned creature under control. But I don't want to create, again, a system that negates other parts of my mod. You know, like, oh, guys, you have almost 200 spells to choose from. But, you know, because you picked this part of my mod, 80% of those spells are no longer available to you. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I don't like that idea. If I were to add minions and stuff like that, it would have to be inclusive, right? It would need to be just another spell. Right, it would have to maybe some way of balancing it. That would get me on board. You know, that would get me on board. Think about it. I could have it to where, like, you could trap souls, right? And then you can have like bones and stuff and do a ritual with the soul to like create your skeletal minion. And depending on the soul, that could dictate like its health, its attack, like the base stats of it. And maybe I could even make an upgrade system where you could enhance that soul by killing other things, maybe doing a life drain spell on creatures. You know what I mean? Like, I could run wild with this stuff and I could make it happen. But that minion's gonna be really freaking strong, right? If I can give it a steel sword, right, and give it some steel armor, Done, right? Like it's all washed up. It's done. We win. Congratulations. It's like, why would you ever want to use Fireball, right? Why would you ever want to attune to an element? And then thinking of that, it's like, well, not everyone wants to be a necromancer, right? Some people, maybe they want to be an elementalist and they want to, they want to trap these guys, right? And use them as pets, right? And attack with them, or maybe, one of the flying dudes, right? And so I got to make a whole secondary system for them, right? And maybe that's light magic. Then what does neutral get, right? What do I start? Do I start taming beasts? You know what I mean? And all this time and all this work and everything to get 3 branching systems, right? So not everyone's like attuned to like darkness only, right? Or light. So it's tough. It's really tough. I don't know how to do it. But there's probably a solution somewhere in there. Neutral would be druids. Well, technically, no, not in this mod. All right, because this mod, it's like the nature element is considered light magic. So I don't know. It's tough. Cut a bear. Sorry, I'm bouncing around with the chats here. Sorry if it's answered, but will this conflict with the combat overhaul mod? I don't want to lose between muskets and magic. Nothing should conflict with combat overhaul. I could tell you this much: I don't have anything patched in for combat overhaul. So if you think you're gonna get like a torso shot or something on my elementals, that's not happening. I think Maltese, right? He's the one making the combat overhaul mod. He said he was going to send me something for like some kind of like if I wanted to, have like whatever torso hits or, put it, propagate it to my systems. For my armor, I think is what it was, like my mage armor, maybe. I could be misremembering. It could be another mod. But I mean, out of the gate, there should be no issues. No issues. Separate system. My creatures stand on their own. Or at least I don't think there's any issues. I haven't tested with combat overhaul. As long as combat overhaul isn't a bully, right? and scrutinizes everything that's spawned, and if it doesn't see that my creatures aren't using combat over, I don't think it would be programmed like that. That's a very aggressive way of doing things. And a lot of people would be probably complaining about it if that was the case. I think we'll be fine. Surfing the dopamine wave after being deprived of dopamine for 3 days, right, Oder? Yeah, it does funky things with armor. Yeah, we'll see. My general rule is like, there hasn't really been anything besides like the item clumps mod that really, went against my mod in any way. And even with item clumps, like just turn it off before you do rituals. That and then bam, there you go. You can use item clumps. There's like a hotkey that you can assign to it. All right, you know what? I think this looks good. I think this is good. I don't think we need the extra flavor text there. I'll keep it on here, right? Because like draw, place rune on the ground. But with this, with the spells, I think we're good. Oh, let me look at the blink spell. I wanted to do something with the blink spell. The cast time is what I want to change. I want blink to be quick. Pew. So let's change the blink spell. Some last minute tweaking. Totally forgot I wanted to do this. Research tier 3. Blink. Cast time. 6 seconds. You know what? What if we make it a 3-second cast? Let's cut it in half. Yeah, let's cut it in half and see what it looks like. All right, let me gracefully shut down. The game's gonna be really upset changing that value. You know what? We need another song. I got the right one for us here. Here we go. There we go. Let's hop back in. I did shut down the game and rebuild, right? I did do that, right? We'll find out. We'll find out soon. I'm excited for people to start playing with the mod. A lot of work went into this. I'm getting sick and tired of magic. I'm looking forward to just jumping into the machines mod next. Letting this simmer down, right? See how people like it. Yeah, I didn't fully shut down. Build. All right, now let's go back in. I kind of want to make a drain life spell now. I think it'd be cool. That would be like a channeling based spell. Yeah, it would be cool. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Blink's not gonna change. I think I have to do that, right? Nope, I gotta take the book out. Here, let's make some room. Let's get rid of that. And there it is, Blink. Now we should have the new cast speed. There we go. Now it's ready. Pew. I'd say that's pretty good. Let's take a look at Riftwalker too. Damn, cast time 13 seconds? Nah. Oh, I'm using the crappy staff too. Hold on. This is like the worst staff I could be using. Let's use the my favorite, the Nebula staff. Ooh, the black Nebula staff. All right. So let's take a look at Blink again. Oh yeah, Blink is quick now. 50% spell haste on a 2-second spell. Guess what that makes it? Yes, make it a dot. You know, speaking of dots, like I could probably make like poison spells, and you know, there are a lot of things, a lot of spells that I've yet to tap into. I mean, I got my healing spells finally in. Or with bigger ones, you would have to keep channeling to keep it under control, which makes make it that you trade yourself for a creature 1-for-1. Yeah, so the idea would be like you'd have to like keep target, right, and then like it would start ticking. Or maybe I could take a snapshot of what your target was, so you don't have to necessarily keep like, you know, your directional like exactly on it. And as long as you keep like channeling the spell for whatever the duration was, it would keep, you know, like leeching life, right, or doing whatever. I know it's asked a lot, however, do you have a release day in mind? Watching a stream just makes me all more excited. I'm trying, Crusader. I'm getting a lot of people sending me messages and asking me that. The next couple of days, see, the thing is, I gotta make sure that like the elemental spawns and everything feel good, because you know it's a first impression for a lot of people, right? So I'm gonna make sure we're doing it right. That being said, again, like I have the new build out, and spawn rates are really the spawn rates and how the elementals feel. That's the big feedback that I'm waiting on. If I get a thumbs up tonight and like 2 or 3 of the people are like, this feels so much better, this is great, you know, these guys are no longer snipers, or whatever the issues were, right? Then I can maybe release it tomorrow. That feels good. Blink. All right, let's do Riftwalker. So Riftwalker's neat. Like, you just saw that Blink allows you to teleport, but you hit a wall, right? and you can't go through it. Riftwalker's cool because you can actually like go into objects. That also means that you can do it like in the ground, and if there's nothing there, like, or you know, if it's all filled in, you will teleport into solid blocks, which is not good either, right? So like I could teleport through walls with this. Let's make that cast time better. 18 seconds. You know what? Can I offer you a nice 6-second cast time, which with 50% haste would mean 3 seconds and you could cast this spell. That's without where is it? We could add more spell haste. I could add more spell haste a couple of ways, right? Melt spell power, buff duration, so not through that. Increase spell damage, buff. Oh, movement speed? I never made a bracelet for spell haste. Wow. We gotta change that. Oh, leech life. A dot that deals X damage and heals you for X times 1/2. Yeah, right? Did you add the trigger feature to spells like Fireball? What do you mean trigger? What are we talking about with the trigger feature here? Now the most important question, what's the best material for Wizard Tower? I like Mana Stone myself, but I do like Dark Magic more, so I would have to go with Netherite. That's probably going to be what I want. I mean, but Astrolith is cool too. Just don't make it out of wood. You may burn it down. All right, let's build. So let's make that 6 seconds. You know what? So for that spell cost, I have to think with the reduction, that would get cut in half. So that would be 75 mana plus the fact that you get a bunch of mana. I think it effectively cuts it in half again. So I believe that spell would go down to like 46 mana. Which I think that's good considering you'll have like 500 mana. Same with this, so it'd be 64. So really Blink becomes like equivalent to 16 mana. Which is not bad at all at tier 3. There we go. You could make more than just bracelets. Yeah, I could make anything I want. Like with the Blink spell, because it's really useful. Wait, what are you talking about? Add the trigger feature. The spells like Fireball and Blink. I'm getting lost here. I'm getting lost. I think the phase thing. The cast time could be higher. I think for the phase thing, the cast time could be higher. Even 10 seconds, because Blink can be used in emergency. You think so? You know what? You talked me into it. 10 seconds. Done. We're throwing darts at a dartboard right now. Bruce, as an example, belts, capes. This is the way. I'm all mana. I'm all the mana you'll ever need. Love it. You charge the spell, then trigger it. Well, it's a channeling system, right? So you're casting the spell, and then you can hold the completed spell to release it at your convenience. So I guess it's not really like a trigger. It's just, I moved away from the system that automatically executed upon completion. And it helped out with combat so much. Especially some of the spells where you could like walk around and cast, like, you know, you could like sprint and do transmutation now, right? And you're like, oh yeah, let me cast it there. Bam. You know, like you don't have to sit there and be like, oh, there it is. Now let me cast the spell. There's no, you know, you got to jump to interrupt, right? I don't know why instinctively I collected all of those sticks. I am such a loot whore. Let me tell you. I see any item on the ground. Oh, feces? I'll take it. Rot? Yeah. We'll put it in a box. The whole point of Blink is emergencies, though, is to get in or out of combat. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the... I still don't know what we're talking about here. Blink spell. Let's hop on to Blink. So right now, oh, and I don't have any of the, I don't think I have any of the crazy bonuses, right? No, I got my Archmage set on. I'm kicking it with the Archmage. Yeah, so, bam, I can blink. Right? Bam, blink. And you can blink, it's 16 blocks, too. Blink's not like a, oh, I'll move you, you know, 4 or 5 blocks away. Like, you could do things like, all right, let's sprint off, right? I just teleported here. How far can we get? I went too high in the air. But you know what I mean. And you can move while casting this too. Boop. So yeah, you can do some parkour stuff here. You can PvP, imagine this, running, jumping off a cliff, and then someone, you know what I mean? Someone tries to like chase after you, or like the NPC, and then you could just turn around in midair and release it and hop back on the platform. Come on, man. That's cool. Whoo. To get it in or out of combat? It's to get it in or out of combat. Poofs on top of a tree? Yeah, he could, as long as you have direct line of sight, right? Because you cannot blink through solid objects. Oop. All right, so if I blink here, right, I hit the wall and fall. So that was only a couple blocks. Probably not worth the mana that it took. Oop. Yeah, it looks like the durability on these are kind of... Oh, I don't have to take them out to see. I'm noticing something here. Blink is not taking any mana right now. Let's check this out. I'll just go in the air with that. Yeah, nothing there either. Let me check those spells. I may have to audit my spells. Blink. There we go. Consume mana for spell. All right. So if it's a spell scroll, we just take out the active hand. If not, calculate the mana cost, which is that minus the spell modifier mana cost. Set the int. We take your current mana, reduce the mana use. And I'm marking the path dirty. Are we getting experience for this? Here, let's use blink. It's faster. I'm such a high level mage right now. I have no, let me take a look here. So 36.2%. We'll cast this a few times. There we go, 3 times. Is this still 30? Yep, 36.2%. Interesting. So it's not triggering. It's not triggering the mana consumption there. All right, let's try the fear spell. Where's that panda? Come here. See, that triggered it, and I got experience. You know what? I wonder if it's never getting to the bottom there. I did blink, and I think I'm gonna have to go through. I have to go through my spells to make sure everything actually like triggers mana, like mana consumption. Oh, that's why. Client side. Oh, Vice. No. Ba-ba-ba. Let me just double check here. This consume mana for spell. I think it's something different too. Yeah, consume mana for spell. Okay, so it's the same thing. So let's pop that in there. Let's go into... Rift Walker. I'm gonna have to look at everything here. This used to be a packet. It is not a packet anymore. Sorry, Bear. Didn't mean to freak you out. There we go. Man, it's being consumed. Where are my testers on that one? Blink is one of the funnest spells you can do. Blink past somebody's person. Other person explodes. Phase shift into them. Every creature you blink through, right? Every you pass through does damage to that person. I think you should add some particles for blinking. That's actually hard to do. If you notice, I should be generating spell particles. Blink was a weird spell the way it's used because it teleports you. It doesn't like increase your momentum by a lot and stop. It just teleports. Particles are coming. There has to be an overhaul on that. But this right here is not really. It's working, but it's not. I'll show you in this, right? So yeah, see, like it's not sending the packet right, but it's like for this. See, do you see how it like briefly had some particles? It's weird. It's weird because it like it spawns what's responsible for the particles and then it kills it immediately. And I have no idea how to fix that yet. Same thing with fear, right? Because I think I figured it out for fear. Here, let's pull up fear. It's a dock spell. Yeah, see, I figured it out there, but when you're teleporting, it's just weird. It's like you briefly leave the world and then show up somewhere else, and when you leave the world, it kills your particles. So I haven't found a good solution for some of the spells for particles, but you know, I could just, you know, I'll probably get hit by like an epiphany somewhere down the road. Who knows? Could have been you're in creative mode. Did you get experience? Yeah, I did get some experience. Yeah, I'm at 47.9% now. If the thing is, if it toggles the one, it runs the other, right? I do that from the same method. So when you consume mana, it automatically calculates the amount of experience you get, right? So instead of the 47.9, right, it's 47.9. Blink. Boop. 49.8. Important question. When it's available, do you need to make a new game or can you use the game that's currently being played? With my mods, I don't do any world gen or anything. So you could, in an existing world, the 1.20 world, you can just add this mod and just start playing with it. Everything, like my rift blooms, everything spawns from rifts. Like there's a catalyst for everything. And you could pull things out just as easily. And when you do, your world's not going to be like Swiss cheese because there was a node of magic crystal in this one cavity, right, in the underground cave, and now they're all question mark blocks, right? So you don't have to worry about anything like that. Particles on the target. Maybe make particles appear when you teleport too. But see, the thing is, you can't. There are no hook-ins for that. When you release the spell, right, it's running all the code right then and there. This is the problem. When I release, it activates the spell, it teleports you, and then I try at the end to put the particles on you, but they do not. They're not on you because you may not be fully loaded in the world yet, right? That's why you get like the brief particles. Like it all happens in like the same tick. Once the spell is done, it's done. There's no lingering effects. There's no callbacks. There's nothing like that. So that's the problem I'm running into. How do I have particles on you for the blink, right? I haven't figured out a good way to do it. It's weird with the teleportation, but there's a lot of spells where particles are kind of meh, right? That wasn't my focus on this run, right? My focus was, hey, let's make the game not lag, right? Let's give you spells that actually work, right? Things like that. The visuals, that just comes later. And I found out that there is a cap on the amount of particles that you could even render. Even if you're at 100%, there is a hard cap, which kind of sucks. So we'll get to it. I'll get to it. It's a lot of this stuff. It's like some of the stuff can be really complex to try and figure out. Like the simplest things, like the particles for when the devouring void eats something, getting those particles to spawn. It took some really clever like calls to get those particles to spawn, because server side doesn't run particles, client side does, right? So how do you handle the server making decisions on a lot of that stuff without the client making decisions and the client just reacting to it? It's a hard thing to do, but we'll get there. We will get there. Tell you what, if everyone in, like, if I don't have a lot of things to fix when it's released, yeah, I'll probably go through and actually start doing more spell effects. If you notice with this, this is actually a test for ritual effects. I wanted to see if I could make, you know, like the whole, you know, like whipping motion. So I just put it on my debug block, and I did come up with something pretty neat. But if I try and spawn a second one of these to like counter, so it's like 2 going like that, you can run into it looking weird because it doesn't render all the particles, because this game kind of has a limit on them. So I'm alt tabbed, and you can't run a delay. Yeah, I don't want to delay it anymore. It's working really well. It's significantly better than the old 1.20 is out. I guess it's solid. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Rift Bloom T. There's a lot of quality of life in the new mod. All right. I'm gonna spot check other spells. That's what we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna pull up. We're gonna close all the tabs, and I'm just gonna spot check here. Right, consume mana for spell. That one's gonna work. Agility. Right, agility's gonna work. Aqua Burst, that's fine. Let's do, yeah, Arcane Explosion. That's an attack spell. Yep, that's gonna be fine. All right, let's look for one-off stuff. Barrier. Yeah, Barrier's another good example of this, of what I was just talking about. I want to have some kind of visual around you that looks like a shield. I'm not that good at shaders yet to do something like that, and I cannot for the life of me find anyone else who seems to really understand and, you know, how to make shaders in this game. You know, I'm just guesstimating with how to do shaders, and I made something happen, but I am not a pro. Trust me, I wish I was. I got a lot of ideas. Oh no, let's talk about the particles on impact for the blink spell. That's even harder. Then I gotta get like you impacting something, right? Like I gotta look at colliders versus vertical versus horizontal, hope the game actually calculates them right? And then depending on your motion, right? Or yeah, right? Like but it's not really motion based with the blink because you teleport. So that has nothing to do with speed and momentum. There's a lot of weird things under the hood that I'd have to do. I'm talking about particles as in you cast the spell and there are particles around you now. I'll you know, those particles are going to be the ones I'm talking about. All right, let's do befriend animal. Just spot checking here. That'll be fine. We did blink already. Cleansing light. That's one I don't really use a lot. Yep, that should be fine. Cyclone. Cyclone's a spell that I have disabled right now, because I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. Duplicate. That would be a good spell. No, it would be right there. Duplicate would work. Flash heal. Let's take a look at flash heal. Flash heal would work. Fly. That's another one-off. and fly would indeed work. Let me take a look at fly, actually. Come on, man. Just give me my grimoire. That's all I want. What am I pulling out? You know what? Fear can go away. Boop. Let me pick up the book. Let's get a bookshelf. This has been a long time coming. What type of bookshelf do I want? We'll go with the tried and true. 2 rows. Bam. There we go. Love that you could do that with these, by the way. Love that you can put these on bookshelves. Looks like a super complete mod. Is there a wiki or guide? There is a guidebook right here. You got achievements now that guide you through the mod. Each achievement milestone unlocks a new section of the guide, links into here so you can click and look and see whatever you need to see. All right, talk about the spell scrolls, the crucible, you know, like all the fun stuff, everything about the elements and meditation and growing and different ways of getting more mana, you know, like all this stuff. Yes, there is a lot. There is a lot. it's all there. So much better than the initial mod. What the hell is that? Was there just like a rock slide? Sounds like there was just a rock slide. I've been in this world for over 100 hours, and apparently there was a rock slide, me standing here. It's too much. Game can't handle it. All right. Oh, spells like this too, if you see the bigger ring, depending on your mage tier and the tier of your spell, like the tier of your spell, I believe as well, you can put the buff on other people within that ring. Yeah, see, there's something with the particles here. Like, I should have particles at my feet. I do not, but I can fly. Your body defies gravity. Awesome part is you can actually fly and cast spells. Right? So you could be flying in the air and being like, pew! Insufficient mana! Here, let's get some Rift Bloom tea. We'll drink it straight from the bucket. Yum, 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 yum. Let's get a mana regen buff going. Oop. I don't want to wait. Oh, I didn't hold it the whole time. Yeah, buddy. And another thing too, someone had mentioned that like some of the spells you could cast them early. See, I can't get it to like break. Even with the wands, like I tried with the wands too, you just can't get it to do it. Yeah, see, like right before I could cancel it and it doesn't complete the spell. So I don't know what they're doing. I can't replicate it. Could be something with like we have the UDP system now. Maybe it's something if you have lag. I don't know. Maybe this stuff is more of a guesstimate. I don't know. Hope it's not like that. Grimoire is a fun word. I like the fancy shelf. Well, a guide within the mod itself. Super complete. You've thought of everything. Thanks. That mod took like 60% of the workload. This whole thing took so much time. I put in my display cases, spell books in display cases are cool. Oh, another thing too. There we go. You can it actually sits upright, so you can put your guidebook in here. And let's pull up the old scroll racks, huh? There, we'll put that right there. So you got your like your spell scrolls. There we go. So you could put spell scrolls in the racks, in the in-game racks. So you could decorate now, right? You can open up your magic shop and you can put all the scrolls on display. Ah, it's beautiful. Tamrel Viz. I'm terrible with names. Tam, how well all the stuff balanced with vanilla mechanics? This is going to be alongside of vanilla mechanics. So to be a good mage, you are gonna have to devote some time. You're gonna have to cast spells. You're gonna have to do some research. You're gonna have to, you know, create some grimoires. Each tier is loosely tied to the in-game medals. So tier 1 is kind of subdivided into 2. Really, it's like tier 0 is wands and basic caveman spellcasting. And then tier 1 really starts when you unlock copper, right? And then you can get a copper resonator, and then you can start making grimoires. Tier 2 is tier 2 spells, tier 3 spells, right? Tier 2 is iron, tier 3 is steel. So, you know, I think it's balanced. I think if someone no-lifes the game and no-lifes magic, some of the spells are going to be really freaking powerful. But let me tell you this, they're going to take time. But the buffs you can stack are really cool. Most British thing to ever be said. All right. Oats is wearing off on me. Scrolls are usable by anyone, not just mages. Yeah, they are usable by anyone. A mage can use them. Mage can make them. Anyone can use them. You could have no magic, and you can say, you know what, I want a scroll of run speed. They can use that scroll, right? You could barter or buy it from your local mage. You could use that scroll, and you can apply the run speed buff on yourself. It's great. It's wonderful. If you want to shoot a single fireball, you can get a spell scroll for that. Oh, looks like my fly spell stopped. Wow. I didn't even take a look at the timer in the corner. That's wild. So yeah. Did you get my roots on target spell? I have the root spell. I have the root effect. I don't have like roots coming out on the root effect for like the target. I do not have that. It may not be that hard to do. I would have to make like a new shape and then just have it to where like wherever the target's rooted, it would summon that like root shape. Right? That way it looks like you're rooted. But that kind of stuff is fine-tuning. Handy, I can hand them out to people going dungeon romping. Yes, you can. Or you can make some profit from them. Right? Nothing's free. It's gonna cost you durability on your grimoires. Right? So you gotta make sure you keep your grimoires repaired. Alright, what am I working on? What am I working on? I think the last real thing I did was this icon swap to be able to do transmutation. Oh, I can make the roots / thorns. Yeah, I mean, I could try and put them in. Don't make anything too fancy at first, because I would have to build a system around doing that, and I'd have to think about if there's other spells that I could also, you know, kind of do something like that with. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the prices bring me stuff I can use for magic, right? If you see any of those, oh yeah, I'll show off the new spires. That's the final version now. People can also decorate with those, the inert version too. But these, yeah, you can like research on these, and you can use these as many, like people can use these as many times as they want. They don't disappear like the others, right? So like you can't meditate on that anymore, but I can meditate on this, and after I think it's 5 seconds is the default. Boom! I just gained 3 maximum mana. So you could, being a mage, you could collect these, right? And then you can reactivate them, and then new mages can come into your like mage tower, and then you can have them like, here, gain this knowledge, young one. Meditate upon this row of ancient artifacts to gain more initial maximum mana. And it's all part of the achievement. Now that I did that, let's get a guidebook. Right, discoveries. So which one was that? Yeah, it was that spire. So it was that one that I got. So yeah, you could kind of keep track. It's pretty baller. I'm just waiting for feedback. I don't see anything yet, guys. I don't see anything yet. I just got to make sure that the elementals, right, the new monsters, got to make sure they spawn all right. I guess we can go into another world. Wait, let me look at the time. 5:05. Oh, I gotta be an adult soon. It's today's Wednesday, huh? Man, I thought it was like Friday for a good chunk of the day. It's only Wednesday. I'll shatter them with a pick once they're not useful to spite future mages vying for power. So, you know what? When you shatter them with a pick, there is a chance that you can unlock new creatures as well, new minions, new pets. I guess I'll go back into this world. So you could, I mean, that's the rub, right? Like, a mage can cast transmutation to make them inert so they can pick them up and, like, reconstitute them. But you lose that loot side of things, right? Like, do you break it? Like, maybe it's a dud? It's like a loot box. Oh my god. It's like a loot crate. Except you don't have to pay money, right? You pay in salty tears of mages. Right, so we can go into pets here. So you could unlock one of these pets, these non-combat pets. You could also unlock them by just, like, it's a rare drop from, like, you know, you kill chickens. You have a, you know, like a 1 out of whatever chance to actually get a chicken pet. Right. There you go. No pet. There you go. And yes, non-mages can also use the pet system. You don't have to be a mage to have a pet. There you go. You can have it, like, wait for you. You can have it follow. I like that. Whee! Running after me. And, you know, it just does its own little thing. And also, guys, your pets can die. You can kill your pets. See, now I got the debuff pet exhaustion, so calibrate. Yeah, vaporized. Yeah, I hit that. They have 3 health. This is actually one of the weakest fireball spells. That did 6 points of damage. Yeah. I think the main fireball spell, so, and this is the same for any projectile. If I attune to light magic, because fire is now like the light attribute. And let's pull out the tier 3, right? So I can, oh, I got a soul bind to it. So it works only for me. Boop. Now I can equip it. So elemental attunement, right? Like you have the marks on your eyes now. So I'm light attuned. I'm a light mage, which means all of my spells that are light based will do more damage. So that fireball spell, interesting. This is the light attunement, right? Hold on. Spell light buffs. I may actually have this reversed. So that is a darkness spell. No, that's a light spell, light spell, light spell. That's a neutral. I got to look at dark. I may actually have this rearranged. Whew, it's a good thing I'm showing this stuff off. I'm fixing a lot of last minute things. I get excited. Did I get it? Use a bazooka to kill a fly, right? I think I got it. Here, we don't need all of these. Get rid of those. We will get more projectiles. Let's get the new fireball. Here, we'll get fireball 3. Wait a minute. It looks like it should be working. I have it reversed on here. So instead of doing 9 damage, it should be doing a lot more. Let's get... let's do... Was it Ether Bolt? No, I just changed it. What did I change the name to? Shadow Bolt. That's what I named it now. There we go. Here we go. Now I want to look at the staff. Yeah, all right, so I'm going to have to go into the GUI, and I'm going to have to change the values here. Here, where's that bear? There it is. I used to be able to see how much health it has. I guess not anymore. It's kind of useless if I can't do that. Oh, wait. Okay, that was Fireball 3. Can't even see how much damage it is. Did that change in 1.20? Can you no longer see the health of creatures when you are admin? I don't believe it. Polar bear. Here, let's put you in the valley. Yeah, because they're supposed to have like 66 health. Weird. I don't know. That's weird. Maybe I should put something in clairvoyance that allows you to see the health of creatures again. Maybe. Do you have golems or pets or some kind of companion that can be used for combat? Nope. I was ranting and raving about that before. I'm not going to put a system in that trivializes the rest of the mod. Having a combat pet like that is just too good. It's too good. I'm gonna need help. I'm gonna need outside help from others to figure out how to make a spell like that not make every other spell suck. Right? How do you do that? That's the question. What attunement cores you got? There are 3 of them. We have under equipment. You have the light essence, you have the neutral essence, and you have dark essence attunement. All the spells are cut up into 3 different attunement types now. So, and you could swap back and forth, right? Like I'm gonna attune to all of these, so only I can use them, and that allows you to equip them. So if I want to be a dark magician, right? I can swap it out, and now all dark magic should do more damage. See right here, let's fix that right now. Shadow Bolt. Oh shoot, I have like 2 minutes left. I'm not going to be able to fix it right now. Curses! Why do I have to be an adult? I don't wanna. Crap, what is it called? Damage, apply damage modifiers. Maybe I could do it really quick in the next minute. All right, so damage modifier, damage times. Oh, the light damage modifier. Yeah. I don't want to do that. I want to do damage times. Right, so it would be something like damage plus damage times the light modifier. That's what I want. And then neutral, so this would be neutral. Knew it. Knew I'd figure it out, and this would be dark. There we go. Right, so it turns a 16 damage spell into a 27 per hit. Right, but since I'm dark attuned, Shadow Bolt's going to do more damage. Any shadow spells that I have, which I have no buffs right now, buff duration is also increased. Here, let me put light back on. Right, so Fireball will do more. This one, right, instead of doing 6 damage, it does 9 now. But neutral, let's attune to neutral. Here, boop. I gotta do the same thing here, so the duration will increase. So let's come back down to here, remaining time. So this would be generic. Generic damage mod. I feel the time ticking down right now. No! Alright, 1 second, all. All right, y'all. Did you like that multitasking there? I was fixing the code while taking the phone call. So now it's not it's showing the right amount that it's going to apply here. Right? So for the fly spell, it should be 7 minutes and 30 seconds. We will do this, and then we're going to find someone to raid. Like I said, this mod, it's going to be hitting, I will say, maybe tomorrow. If the testers come back and people are like, you know what, things feel good, then there we go. There's the timer up there. Your body defies gravity. So it's coming. It is coming. We're gonna save all. Love the effort today. You're mowing through it, right? We're getting there. It's a big mod. It's a big lift. All right, everyone. Let's find someone to raid. Twitch. Man, I feel bad. I'm gonna have to like tuck and roll. Oh, there we go. Who do we? Oh, Mischief. Oh man, we're gonna raid and run with Mischief. Love that guy. Every once in a while, I see Mischief playing Minecraft, and let me tell you, it really makes me want to get back into Minecraft modding. I sit there and I'm like, it's like looking back, and you know, I could totally do that. That was fun. All right, we're raiding. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for the stream. My pleasure. My pleasure. That's why I'm doing it, right? Show things off, get some new ideas. As I'm showing things off, figuring out what I did wrong. But thank you, everyone. Like I said, no one's replied yet out of my testers here. They're probably really you know, checking out the creatures. It's the last thing it's like a last minute thing. Before this goes live. If tonight, you know, I get the all clear, it'll probably be tomorrow. I'll start writing up the I'll start writing things up regardless tonight for the ModDB page. Adelia. Thank you for the follow. I'm terrible with names. Thank you so much for the follow. And after we do this, it's going to be ViesCraft Machines. We are rewriting that. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful night. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Adios. See you later. Bye.